for peace. Them no one see we happy. Happy, happy. Them no one see we happy. Happy, happy. Them no one see we make no money. Happy, happy.
Hi guys, it's Akia and I'm back with another video. Today we're going to just be talking about the current events that has been happening and the Black Lives Matter movement. So today I have two of my friends.
I'm Candace.
And this is... So we're just going to be talking about some topics that have come to our attention with this issue. So let's get into the video. So basically we're just going to ask some questions and just have some discussions about how we feel about the topics that we're going to talk about. So I wanted to ask myself as well as Kiona and Candace, what are some of the challenges that we face as being a Black person in this country? So for me, the only challenge I would probably have is not believing in myself to do something because I'm a Black woman. A lot of times I think we second guess ourselves and we think that we can't do certain things because we're Black, or we're not going to get far because we're Black. I know maybe if I was a different race back then, I probably would have a different mindset in terms of being able to excel. I wouldn't have to worry about not being able to achieve something because I'm white or another race, you get what I'm saying? So that would be my only challenge, really.
For me, I guess for me it was a bit different because I moved here when I was a teenager. So I think like being Black and being an immigrant, it was very confusing and frustrating. So I've definitely like experienced racism because I was a newcomer and also because I was Black. So I think, yeah, definitely living here the first year was very hard. Just even after that though, I think in Canada there is a lot of racism. There is and I feel like in Canada as well, it's also really subtle. Like it's so subtle. Like you don't see it's small things. It's like when you go to a Shoppers Drug Mart and one of the clerks are like following you around and constantly asking you 8 times, oh, do you need help with anything? Do you need help with anything? You know, like whenever you go in like the beauty sections with them, like kind of like more luxurious products, you always see someone watching you, or like they're expecting you to steal something.
For sure.
Like I even remember getting kicked out of stores because they were said that I was idling or I was taking too long or something like that. So I definitely think it's more subtle, especially like in the employment process. So like my name is Candace. It's a very white sounding name. And I know like sometimes I go into interviews and people are like surprised because they didn't expect to see, like they didn't expect me. They expected a white person. Like my name is Candace Tate. It's a very white, very European name. So, and then I don't end up getting the job because they don't expect to see a Black person. So,
which is sad.
Yeah, it's pretty sad, but it's honestly it's been like I've gotten so used to it, which is crazy. Like it's really sad, but I've gotten so used to it. Like at this point, I kind of just prepare for it, and I know mentally it's taken a while to figure out. There's nothing wrong with me. It's just the world I live in. But yeah, that's my experience.
I agree with what both of you said, but with what Zakia said about second guessing ourselves and our ability to do things because we're so used to like being told no or not getting a position in somewhere because of our skin color. And like it's discouraging.
Yeah.
So
and it makes you not even want to believe in yourself because it's because of how other people perceive us. It makes you not want to believe in yourself, which is hard.
School, I find, especially like school.
School.
I mean, I will never I won't talk trash about Fletchers like that because I feel like a lot of the teachers there did care about me and did try to help me. But there were certain things that happened that you know would not happen if you weren't Black. Like the kids would get suspended and expelled over the smallest things. Like, oh, you did this, you were bullying, you said something mean to somebody, you get expelled. When like there'd be another kid, like a white kid, who would do the exact same thing, and they might just get like detention or stern talking to or whatever.
I was listening to something that she said. a lot of time I've seen it in high school happen a lot where they put a lot of the black kids in the applied classes instead of academic. They would encourage them to go in applied classes. Like they're trying to say that we're not smart enough to be in academic classes, or we're not gonna, you know. And then when you get to, because some of us don't, some of them didn't realize, you know, when they got to graduation and when they wanted to apply for university, they couldn't do it because they took all applied classes, and you can't go to university with applied classes, you know. So that's just, I think that's just unfair.
Yeah, even when I took academic, they were like asking me like, "Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you really sure?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm really sure." Like, it was always stuff like that.
And then they have to go through the whole process again of taking academic classes, which is just absolutely ridiculous. Why are you encouraging black people to take applied classes when you? I mean, I know everybody has challenges when it comes to school, and everybody's good in every subject. But I don't think you should try to push applied classes on students just because they're just because they're struggling in you know, in a subject or whatever. So yeah.
I don't know if I should say white people, anyone who isn't black.
Yeah. People of non-color.
Yes. Who feel entitled to a lot. I'm gonna say mostly white people because majority of them feel entitled to anything and everything.
Yeah, I agree. And even in terms of their behavior as well, some of them, they act out because they know they're not gonna, nothing's gonna happen to them if they were to act out. If a black person were to act out in certain ways that they would, then it would be a whole different story. It would end very differently. So that I know as well.
I feel like I agree with you for sure. Like, there are definitely a lot of people who are really entitled to just like, they think that they can get away with anything and do whatever they want just because they're not gonna receive any kind of punishment or anything like that. Like, there won't be consequences for them. Whereas for me, I can't do that. You know what I mean? Like,
or you know, they won't be looked at bad. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not of color. Whereas a person of color would be looked at bad. Like, you know, a lot of people say, "Oh, this is just how black people are." Like, you know, that's a very ignorant comment to have. But in reality, it is what it is. Just because, I guess it's just, I think a lot of people just act based on how people perceive them to be. You know, some kids, they fail in school not because they're not smart, but because they don't believe in themselves because of what other people think of them. So they end up failing. You know what I'm saying? And it's just not, I don't know, it's just messed up.
I think it also has to do with like support too. I feel like a lot of black kids don't really get as much support as say like other kids. Like, for example, like if I was in school and I needed help with something, who was I gonna ask? Like my mom graduated school like 30 years ago. Like, there isn't a lot of support. Whereas other people, like if they need help with something, they can get tutors or whatever it is. Like, I'm not saying that black kids can't get tutors because I know people who've had tutors, but I definitely think that there isn't as much support for black kids. Or people just kind of assume like if you're not doing well, oh well, it's because you're black. Like, it's not because you're having a hard time. It's not because you want to do better. It's just because you're black.
Yeah, and I think there needs to be a greater support system when it comes to black people, because people don't understand that black kids have to deal with a lot. You know what I'm saying? They have to deal with a lot. They have to do more because they're black. They have to do more to just succeed because they're not entitled like other people. You know what I'm saying? To just have this and have that. So they have to do more.
Did you see that post that I posted? It's like this black guy. He captioned it's like a picture of white women, and this black guy captioned it about what black women can't do better or whatever or some shit like that. Like, he was basically trying to say that white women look better than black women or whatever.
My guess.
Like, I was just like, imagine you're like a white person. You and your friends take a picture and post it, and this idiot got take a picture and caption it and making it some racist thing. Like, relax. Like, it was never that serious. You don't like black women, okay?
It's crazy.
Shut up.
So I can break up another topic, talking about the fear that black mothers have. You know, when they have, I guess, their sons or even their children, they have a lot of fear. Like, I remember living in a household where my family would always tell my cousin to be careful what he's doing on the road because, you know, the policemen are not afraid to pull you over. So they would always constantly remind him, you know, just to be careful. And I think that, of course, you should remind your kids to be careful, whether black or white, but we shouldn't have to emphasize it on our black kids. Like, be so worried about police pulling us over and stuff like that. Like, that to me is just ridiculous. I think that's just so unfair, and it just it instills fear in parents, and that should not be. Your mom or your dad should not be fearful of you going out there and trying to do something, fearful of police pulling you over, you getting in trouble with the law, like just because of the color of your skin. Like, you know, that's crazy. Like, it's hard to raise your kids in that kind of environment because you know, sometimes you don't know what to do, you know, so.
Especially when you yourself are going through things too.
You yourself are going through things as a black person, as a parent, it's not easy. So that I understand, that I get, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think in this day and age, I don't think that we have time to be fearful. I think we need to stand up for what we believe in. This has been going on for a very long time, years and years and years now, and nothing has changed. It might calm down for a little bit, but then it goes right back to where it started in the beginning.
I don't even feel like it calms down. I feel like it just gets less exposure. Like something else comes up and we're kind of like focused on that, and we don't really focus on all the other things that's been going on. Because even like say like I don't want to go off topic, but like even the Ahmaud Arbery killing, we didn't find out about that till like months later. Like that wasn't brought up because everybody was focused on Corona and all these other things that were going
distractions,
on. All these other distractions. Nobody even knew that was going on. So I think it keeps going on. It's just like it loses attention sometimes, and sometimes it sparks attention.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of
time, I guess.
Exactly.
We also need to try and support one another because we're so like it's always a competition with each other, and that's why other races are doing so much better than we are, because everything is just so like everything's just competitive.
It's like crabs in a barrel.
Right.
Trying to get to the top.
Yeah, like I don't understand why we're killing each other, why we're so competitive against each other. If we're one race, we're supposed to work together. Like, I shouldn't be afraid to tell Kiona or Candace something about my accomplishments because I'm too afraid they're going to be jealous of me. You know, stuff like that. It's just, I don't think that we should be doing that because that's just giving other people leeway, other races leeway to just do what they feel like with us. That's why cops are killing us, because they see us fighting each other, they see us killing each other, so they're going to feel like they want to do the same thing. So you can't blame them.
I don't know. I feel like they do it because they're racist. Like, it has nothing.
They
it
are.
Probably does not help that we're also like killing each other and hurting each other. But I think they just do it because they're racist.
Well, no, definitely they are racist, but that just encourages them more. Because you're like, okay, well, you're killing each other, so why can't I just kill you? Like, and they just don't care. Because if we don't care about each other, how are other people going to care about us?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? We support the Chinese people because they're on one accord. You see, when it comes to making money, they know what to do. You know what I'm saying? But we don't do the same thing. So we fall short in a lot of areas that other races might not be.
Literally, it always annoys me when I go online and people are talking, like black people are talking smack about other black people. Like, especially like black men. You see black men talking about, oh, black women are this, black women are... Do you ever see a white boy going online saying white women aren't shit?
We never see that.
Do you ever see an Arab person saying Arab women aren't shit or whatever? They might talk their shit amongst each other and say whatever, but they're never going online and embarrassing their own race in front of everybody. Like, it doesn't even make sense.
You never see that happening.
It's always black people, and it's really frustrating.
It's frustrating. So that's the reason why we need to come together. We need to educate ourselves about the issues that's going on in the world today. Don't be silent. If you're black, do not be silent. Even if you just have to just share a post to spread awareness, you should do that. At least you're helping in some way. But when you're sitting back, letting these things happen, just being silent, you're not spreading awareness. You're not letting people know that there needs to be a change. Because you're just sitting there. You're just like everybody else who's racist. I don't care what you want to say. You know what I'm saying? And if you're white or of non-color and you have black friends, you need to speak out as well. It's not enough that you're just watching videos, you're just seeing what's going on. You need to share awareness too. You can't want to be black. You can't have all these black friends at the same time when something's happening, you don't say anything. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the same thing. If I have a white friend or if I have a Chinese friend and someone's out there beefing with them, best believe I'm gonna stick up for them if they're my friend. So it's the same thing in the situation. So you don't take it lightly and just say, well then, oh well, it's happening in the States, it's not happening here, or oh well, it's not my problem because I'm not black. No, if you have black friends, you need to support your black friends. Period. And I always say, whenever there's an issue going on in the world, always think of what it's like for you to be in that position.
Exactly.
Don't ever just look at it and be like, well, it's not my problem. No, what if it was your dad or your mom that was on the floor pinned down like that? How would you feel? Or your uncle. Doesn't matter if you're not black. How the hell would you feel? So you need to think about that as well.
I feel like I think it's crazy though. Like people actually have to put themselves in that position to just like understand and have empathy. Like that man does not have to be my uncle or my brother or anybody. Like I just see that and I'm like, that's wrong. Like nobody should have to go through that.
No one.
Nobody should be treated like that. Period. It doesn't matter if they're black, they're white, they're Asian, they're Latino. Like nobody should be treated like that. That man did not deserve that. Over a counterfeit $20 bill. What?
And if it was somebody of another race, that would not end like that. We all know that. It's not anything new. I'm not asking anybody. It would not have ended like that.
Literally, that man that went and shot up the church, the schools.
Like
there's so many terrorists, and a lot of them end up walking out in handcuffs. Nobody's shooting at them. People are trying to disarm them because, okay, you're trying to save their life. You're trying to like make them do their course because it's not your job to necessarily kill them unless they're harming you. If that man's not harming you, why are you killing him?
Exactly.
And even if you aren't killing him, why are you using excessive force? He's already on the ground. He's already in handcuffs.
You handcuffed him already.
Like even if he didn't kill him, that still would have been wrong because like it was not necessary.
It's not necessary, yeah.
They put him in the police car and then they took him back out. Like why did you take him back? He was already in the car.
Period.
Like they don't make any sense.
Bro, if you're wrong, you're wrong. It is what it is. Like you can't sugarcoat something if you're wrong, bro. Yeah. So it is what it is.
Just because it's not affecting you doesn't mean you shouldn't speak up. Like there's people who are speaking up for you. So how is that fair? Like okay, it's nothing's happening to you, none of your friends are being hurt, but this could be a possibility. Like this is a problem. Like it's an issue that needs to be fixed.
And you shouldn't have to wait until it happens to you for you to say something. Like that's absolutely ridiculous. Honestly. My advice to all of us black people is that we need to just come together. And I'm tired of saying that. I've been saying that since like from when? Like I'm tired of saying that. We need to stop all the foolishness, stop
not everything is a competition.
It's not. Like seriously, we shouldn't be competing against each other. Like what? Yeah. Your time will come. You don't need to be jealous. You don't need to be harboring feelings. Everybody has different lives. Everybody has different things to deal with.
I feel like we definitely need to get rid of that like crabs in a barrel mentality. Yeah. Like oh that person. I feel like it's also just like a product of racism too. It's because they only let certain amount of black people succeed. Like they're like, okay, if that person's succeeding, then that means I won't be able to get that position. You know, they can only have this one black person. They can only have that one black female character. They can only have that one black CEO. So if I'm not that person, then you like that person gets it and it's not me. You know, I'm missing on that opportunity. So I think it's also that. But we also need to look at it in like a larger stance. Like because that one black person is there, other black people will be able to achieve the same level of success or like a similar level of success because we have that representation. So I definitely think we need to just start supporting each other, learning from each other.
Change our mentality as well.
Yeah, because when you're hateful towards people, people aren't gonna like teach you their ways and stuff like that. Like there's so many people who would love to mentor a lot of black people because of their just like attitude and just how they are, and they're very like selfish and not like all black people, but I'm just saying like a lot of people don't want to hear certain things. They want to think that they're the best. They don't want to hear advice and stuff like that.
They don't want correction.
Like, they don't want correction, and it's just like sometimes you have to sit down and listen and be mentored and be taught because nobody knows everything.
Period. I'm happy to be black. I don't want to be any other race.
Heard.
Not trying to be like not being racist or anything, but I'm proud to be black. I love my skin tone. I love my skin color. I love being black. I love everything about myself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I try to better myself with whatever I do in my life. Because whatever you do affects your tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So I try to do good in my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a racist person. I like all races. I don't have a problem being friends with any other race, but I don't like the racism that is happening. So it is what it is. I'm proud to be black. I don't know about you guys, but I'm proud to be black. So
and I love our black names, honey.
Like, period.
Yes,
okay.
We support you, and you need to start supporting us more too. I don't want to see you going to know Rebecca because you know she is getting hot. She lets you get away with things. Like I don't care. No, you just be with your queens, your black queens. Support them.
Yeah.
Like
if black women had the amount of support that you support other races, there wouldn't be so much issues. Because I know a lot of men would go online and say, oh well, black women this, that's why I don't like them. Okay, well try to undo that.
That's also an insecurity, I feel. Like any guy I know that has preferred white woman over black is just like an insecurity, I believe. Like there's something.
I don't really get the whole preference thing, to be honest. Because like me personally, I just like what I like. If
Period.
You're black or
like what I like.
Or you're Latino or you're Asian or whatever. If I see a beautiful human being, I'm like, wow, and that's it. Like it's not like, oh, I only like black guys because, or like even just I'm not gonna be like I only like white guys. Like there are beautiful people in all races, in all shapes, in all colors.
You don't need to put down your own race.
And you don't, exactly, you don't. It's not necessary. And if you don't like black women, I don't care. Like, it's your life, boo. Do your thing. It is what it is. Do whatever you want. If you find love with a Rebecca, do your thing. I'm not judging. But if you go online and go on Twitter, doing all that, talking about, oh, black women are this or black women are that, black women could never do what my white girlfriend does, then we're gonna have a problem.
We're gonna have a problem because it's annoying. You don't see other races doing that. Do you see a white person going on Twitter and saying, well, yeah, I don't date white people because no one does that. Like it's only black people. We need to get it together and stop. Period.
And all the reasons that they have aren't even valid.
They don't make sense.
Like they don't make sense. They're like, oh, black women are angry.
Or stereotypes like, oh, they're too loud.
Like, you know what? I am loud. Period. I'm loud. I'm
loud.
Jamaican.
You have a problem with that?
It is what it is. It's called I have culture. That's why I'm loud. I have a lot to talk about and a lot to share.
But yeah, I'm proud to be black. I don't care. I'll forever be proud to be black. You know what I'm saying? I've accomplished a lot in my life. There are some accomplishments I would want to get to, you know what I'm saying? But if I see somebody else excelling before me, I'm not going to be mad or jealous. It is what it is. Just know that if you want to get to a certain place in life, you need to work towards getting there. Yeah. That's the only way. You know what I'm saying? And not everybody's life is the same. Yeah. If she gets something, doesn't mean I'm going to get it the same way. I might have to take a different path. Just understand that. You don't need to be jealous.
And even to add on to that, like I'm tired of seeing people like downplay someone else's accomplishments. Yep. Like you don't need to make it less than what it is to the person.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Just be happy for them.
Just
like
that's
you don't need
it.
to be like, oh yeah, your hair looks nice, but you know, like
that's not a compliment. That's not. Once you throw that butt in there, that's not a compliment.
Like you don't need to downplay it and make it seem less than what it is to the person. Like that's not okay.
Bro, if you're gonna give somebody a compliment, just give the person a compliment.
And that's it. That's all you have to do.
You don't need to be saying, oh, well, but this. Yeah. No, like, just don't say nothing at all in that case.
Like, I give strangers compliments because if you cute, you cute. Yeah. It is what it is.
I'm not afraid to tell a girl that she's pretty. Black.
Exactly.
I'm not afraid to tell a black girl she's pretty. If her hair looks nice, your hair looks nice. Yeah. Period. I'm not gonna be, well, my hair is better than hers, so I'm not gonna say anything. That's a very messed up mentality, and you need help. You need to do better. Period.
Oh, no, I heard. Oh, she thinks she cute. She thinks she cute. Yeah, she is cute.
She's
and
cute.
what?
And what? Like, I'm tired of that. Like, you guys.
Why are you mad because she's cute?
Like, come on, like, or make it make sense, because it doesn't. Like, we really just need to change our mindset and come together. I'm tired of this crap. This has been going on for too long. We need to stop. Period. And when I say we, I mean myself included. We all need to just stop. Yeah. And just do better.
They don't talk about the horrors that were going through slavery. They don't talk about any of that stuff. And then you expect people to be like cognizant of what's going on. How are you gonna progress as a people if you don't even know your full history?
You don't, and that's the thing. A lot of people don't know. They don't do their research, so they don't know. So they come online and they talk stupidness, which ignorant stuff.
Google it's free, honey. Google it's free. That's all I have to say. Educate yourself.
I basically wanted to just do this video as like a encouragement kind of, because I'm black myself, and I wanted to use my platform to, you know, spread awareness and just encourage us black people to come together. You know, because we need to do better. We need to come together and.
If you're not black, support your friends.
Support
black people online, even if you don't know them.
Respect, yeah. I don't want to hear no one who's not black. I don't care if you're brown, West Indian, Spanish. I don't want to hear the N-word come out of your mouth. Like, that's disrespectful. It's disrespectful. Educate yourself on that specific term before you go throwing it out to people.
Yeah,
it's not okay.
It's not okay. You shouldn't just be saying it like that just because. So, guys, I'm going to end this video. I just wanted to come on here and just, you know, encourage us to do better. Yeah. Because we do need to do better.
Because we can.
We can. It's possible. You know, we still have time. Yep. We're not all dead yet, so we still have time.
Period.
You get me?
There's a lot of us.
There's a lot of us still here. A lot of us gone, but there's a lot of us still here, so we can do better. And once we show people that we can do better as a nation, we will get a lot more support than we do have now. We'll have a larger support system.
And another thing too, support your local businesses.
Yes,
stop going
to
all these big. You know what? If you want to go to Walmart and get something that you can't get somewhere else, nothing is wrong with that. But go and support local businesses, because at the end of the day, those are the businesses that are funneling back into your communities and helping people in the community.
If you didn't know before, now you know. That's what we need to do.
Yep.
Period. So yeah, I just wanted to come on here and say that, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the thing. Leave a comment down below and hit that bell button. So when we make video, I'm gonna put it on your so you can watch the video. You get what I say?
And follow me at KXND.
Anyways, you can say Instagram. It's fine.
You're not even remember because I've changed it. Wait, it's KXNDXKE. Yes.
So when you have so much K.
Because I wanted to change it.
Like, is there something we don't know?
Oh no.
KKK.
I'm so mad.
No, because you know like how my name is Candace? It's like the Egyptian word is called Candake, and it's basically like a title for queen. It's like it's supposed to be.
How are this?
Yeah.
Okay guys, I'm gonna end this video. So see you guys. Bye.